So we're going to get started, and welcome to What's New and Brewing with VoiceThread. My name is Laura Cole, and I work here as a distance learning consultant. Most of you know me. So really quick, if we can go around the room, you just say your name and your experience with VoiceThread, so I can see more or less your level with VoiceThread. Start with me.
Hi, I'm Laura Cole. I'm also an instructional designer here at USI. I've been here since June, so my VoiceThread knowledge comes from June till now. So I've never used it in the classroom, but I've helped faculty develop it for their classroom. So I wouldn't say I'm all the way to the expert level, but I'm on that side of the scale.
I'm Madonna Seidenbender, and I teach online. This is my first semester using it.
Okay.
Right now, what I've done with it is had students comment on a certain slide, have them leave comments, and then grade them on those comments.
Right.
That's other than the lectures. That's all I've done with it so far.
Perfect. Okay.
I'm Michael Hand. I teach in graduate nursing, and primarily I've used it more for student presentations, but I have used it for interactive activity for the students in terms of a discussion. I primarily use Panopto for lectures, but I have used VoiceThread as well.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm Melissa Worthen. I teach exclusively online for nursing and health professions. I've used VoiceThread. I taught in a class with Michael. Hi, Michael. And I've used it a little in my class. One of the things that I find most the biggest hurdle is that in some programs, like I also teach some continuing ed courses for nursing and health professions, and the concern that students can't use it. Although my experience is they can use it, but there's always a concern that there might be a student who can't access it or whatever. So, but I've liked using it, and I'm interested to see what else it can offer.
Okay. Perfect. Dr. Beckham.
I'm Roxanne Beckham, and I teach only online, and I've used VoiceThread for, I think this might be the third year. When we first started having presentations, I started doing them.
Right.
I love it.
Yes.
But I don't tend to lecture.
Right.
I do more of updates to my course. I'm like trying to just have conversation, talking to my students, and I find that VoiceThread works much better than a Panopto lecture for me, just because of the nature of how I design my course. So I use it for that. I also have used it for student presentations. I've used it for student comments about, like sometimes when I have my conversational style with them, they can comment back to me.
Right.
In the first year that I used it, it seemed like I did have a lot of students who couldn't connect.
Okay.
This year, I've had no student complain about that.
Good.
The last semester or this semester.
Good. Okay. And we can talk later on what we can do to solve those issues. Okay.
I'm James Ford. My primary responsibility is overseeing the educational content for online certificate programs, as well as one of our instructors. And our participants are not students at USI, and that's where the problem is.
Oh, okay.
Major headache.
So it's the caste system that is not connecting with.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if it's, so that's the problem. It wasn't that VoiceThread was important. It's that students are not, our participants are continuing education of students. So when they tried to access it, it didn't work because they thought they were students, and they're not. They're not considered students. They are continuing education. So that was the problem.
Okay. Is that still the problem?
I don't use it anymore because it was way too much work.
Okay.
Because our students use it on the weekend.
Right.
So on the weekend, they're getting the help desk with people who don't understand the difference between continuing education. So then I'm getting all the emails, the videos won't work. So I went to strictly Panopto, and I don't have that problem.
Right.
And once they click on, because the participants who take our courses are not computer savvy for the most part. They haven't taken an online course. And you add to them an online course that doesn't work with the content, it overwhelms them, and they got to do it on the weekend because they're working full time. So it was just a problem. So I converted everything from VoiceThread to Panopto, and it took away the problem.
Okay.
And I'm not willing to go back to that problem because it made my weekends so miserable. So I use Panopto only for certificate programs, and that's what I tell our instructor students.
Right.
Now, knowing that, I think VoiceThread is easier to use.
Right.
Because I use VoiceThread a lot for my graduate courses I teach.
Yeah.
They don't have a problem accessing it because they have an account.
Right.
It's easy. I can update it easier. I think it's easier to use.
Okay.
But it's about me.
Okay.
So the weekend, so that's why we do not use VoiceThread certificate program. And I discourage instructors from using it because they won't work.
Okay.
And there are too many clicks, and then they get help, and they call the help desk, and the help desk doesn't understand. There's some should be good, contact the instructor, they contact the instructor.
Yeah.
It was major problems. So I'm pretty good with Panopto on the certificate programs and VoiceThread for students in the graduate program.
Okay, so
For presentations, I use it for introduction.
would you still like to use VoiceThread for the certificate program if we...
I'm okay with Panopto.
Okay.
It works.
It's not something you would like to explore. Okay.
Because, and if I did, I would probably I would have to do a pilot.
Yes, that's
The
what I was
problem
getting
is
into.
so much participant dissatisfaction.
Right.
They're taking continuing education course from USI and Click doesn't work.
Right.
That's it.
That's what I was getting into because when we do the quality matters review, we have external people review the course and they need to have access to VoiceThread and they don't have a USI account. And we found a way to make it work. So if you're interested in running a pilot.
We're talking 14 different programs. We're talking all over the world. We're talking people who dial up.
Right. No, we wouldn't need to make sure that it works.
Is it worth
right, the effort? Yes.
Because I tried.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So, I'm okay with using the graduate program, but that's why.
Yes.
It wasn't that VoiceThread was a bad product. I find VoiceThread much easier to use.
Yeah.
But it works well for students. It does not work for those who are not.
Right. Okay. Okay, Patty.
I'm Patty. I'm an instructional designer and intern at Distance Learning, and I haven't had a chance to use VoiceThread to be enrolled courses, but I'm exploring the features of VoiceThread.
Good. And we're just going to run the room, introducing ourselves, and also if you can let us know your level in terms of VoiceThread, if you have used it before for your class, or yeah, you can go. Yes, we all already went. Yes.
Hi, I'm Angie Wood, nursing. This is my second semester here. I'm using Panopto. I have not used VoiceThread because all my classes are set up already with Panopto lectures.
Okay.
But I have seen that there is a need for something different.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm really considering trying to convince other people to go this way.
Okay. Okay.
So I just want to explore it and see if it really is as wonderful as what I'm hoping it is.
Okay. So when you say something different, what do you mean?
Well, like last night, I received like 3 emails from students that one of the Panoptos wouldn't work. It was just an issue. And so now I'm looking at having to go back and probably retake a 1-hour lecture, or somebody's going to have to do whatever it is that it takes to, and I don't have a problem like recording them.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem putting them on Blackboard.
It's just the access of the students to the Panopto.
Well, it's really not even that. It's just that they don't always work.
Okay. Well, technology never always works. So.
True. So
Yeah. Yeah.
So, is there anything that went on last night with Blackboards? Is there some like?
Not that we know of.
Okay.
Yeah.
VoiceThread, I think, is easier.
Yeah.
You can update it. I agree with that totally.
Okay.
My use as I like it.
Right.
So in my first semester, so far it's
Oh, good, good. And one of the things that I wanted to know is like what level you have, because what we're gonna see now is not like a basic VoiceThread training. It's just the features are new that they introduced last semester. And then later, after this short presentation, we're gonna try to keep it really brief. You can stay here and practice on the computers, and we can help you out with whatever you need. So that's the idea. Yes.
Hi. So I would echo, is that Jane?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Jane. I would echo both of the recent speakers, that one of the big problems we have, because I teach exclusively online and I also teach in a couple of Jane's programs, and that is online support on the weekends. I'm telling you, whether it's Blackboard or Panopto or VoiceThread, you can call that wonderful 1-812-465-1080, and if the Blackboard person, Walter Fisher, isn't there, or Shannon Kane, if they're not there, nobody knows anything. And that is a huge problem for me because, as she said, our students are working full time. So the weekends is when they do their stuff. And if they can't find anybody who knows the answer, that's a huge problem.
Okay. That's a good point.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. That is something that I know Megan has been trying to bring, like a 24/7 support.
Don't we have a contract with Blackboard for the 24-hour support services?
That's what I've heard.
That was my understanding, that we signed a contract and paid a chunk of money for
Supposedly,
that.
but I really don't know how that works. Like we don't.
Or I don't know if that's been communicated to students either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some place you can call. You can call the 465-1080 number, but nobody there knows anything about VoiceThread or Panopto or Blackboard, which are the three key things that students need help with.
Yeah.
Which is a problem, because if that number is supposed to be rolling over to a support service and they're not getting what they need, that needs to be dealt with, because somebody's making money.
Yes.
We're not getting what we need from it.
Exactly.
It's not the Blackboard problem, it's the Panopto VoiceThread, which I think is what Melissa's saying. That's the majority of the reason why they call. They can't watch the videos. And Blackboard really doesn't know how to fix that.
Right.
They know they
live.
Yeah, they don't have access to Panopto or VoiceThread. So there may be the issue. It's not a Blackboard problem.
Right.
It's a
Compatibility.
Right.
recording.
Could be.
And each computer is different.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue here. Let me. Oops. Okay. So I have here. Just for your information, we are offering also some technical trainings, and you have a handout right there, the Tech Tool Time, and it's going to be when, Larissa?
On the second page, on the back of there, it's essentially just open lab time for you to come in and ask those questions. And actually, Walter and Shannon will be here on our first session that we're having, I think it's February 9th, on your paper. And so that would be a great time to ask those questions to Walter and Shannon, or essentially any Blackboard interface design questions. We will also, the instructional designers will also be there if you have some, like, how we call it, the pretties, making the design, pretty. The buttons, the lines. Yes. So we'll all be there for that one. Conferencing tools is where we'll kind of talk more about VoiceThread, Zoom. We hope to do more, conferencing tools is something you're interested in doing in your classroom.
Right.
The next one is online exam and proctoring. We'll have Vicki Bearley come over and kind of talk to you about any questions you have about making exams online or about exam proctoring services that we offer. And then the last one is just that last week, in April, we'll have an open lab come with any and all questions. And again, it doesn't have to be specific toward that topic. For you to come in, we just want everyone to know that we're here for you in support of online classes. So that's what that's for. So again, mark your calendars. We'll send out reminders. Just again, we're here for you. And Melissa too, you can join us online. If you have questions, you can call us or contact us at any time.
Oh, you should send Melissa the handouts too.
Oh yes, yes. And I'll email those to you, Melissa.
Right.
Thank you.
So here's some of the new features that we're going to explore today, and I don't know if you have heard of those. VoiceThread, now there's a Blackboard VoiceThread integration where you can create a link for students to watch a VoiceThread right from Blackboard. You can also create assignments that would sync with the Grade Center on Blackboard. It's something that I know a lot of faculty ask for. And some of the assignments that you can create is having students watch a VoiceThread, or having students comment on a VoiceThread, or having them create a VoiceThread presentation. We also have the threaded comments. That is another new feature. Basically, students can reply to a specific person and they can follow a train of thought instead of having it all, all around the VoiceThread. So it's more like the discussion board style. And I'll show you how to turn that feature on. And if you have a question, just interrupt me. This is not like super formal, so just, let me know if you have a question. Okay, and then the last feature that we're going to explore is a private comment. So if for whatever reason you want to provide feedback to your students like right there on the VoiceThread and you don't want the entire class to see it, then you have the option to, post a comment that it would be private between you and that student. So those are some of the things that we're going to see today. And we thought that a good way would be to have a scenario to demonstrate those features. So I'm going to pretend that I'm a Spanish teacher, right? Because that's easy for me. And some of the activities that I want to create with my students is a pronunciation and reading comprehension activity, where they're going to read a text out loud on a VoiceThread. I'm going to read it first, and then they're going to read it, post a comment and read it out loud. And then I'm going to ask them questions about the text that they just read to see if they understood.
I also wondered if we would be talking about editing a presentation.
Oh, we can.
Yeah.
We can, absolutely. Let me put this in here. Editing a presentation. Okay. Also, I have like a weekly conversation discussion where I send them 3 words by email and they need to describe it. And then once, without saying the word, and then the students need to ask questions about that word to ultimately guess the word that they have. And then they also going to create a presentation about a country that they research. So those are the activities that I have planned for them. So really quick, I'm going to go to the Blackboard site. And since I'm developing this course, that's my student orientation tab. And one of the things that I like adding before getting into the content of the course is kind of like an introductory video where you introduce the class. The first day of class, you let them know about the syllabus, the calendar, and you introduce yourself and all that. So what I'm going to do is to make that video a required assignment, because most of the time they don't watch the video and then they're asking questions about that specific thing that I explained in the welcome video. So the way you do this, and you have the handouts also, so that gives you the step-by-step of all the things that I'm doing, so you don't really need to take notes. So you click here on Build Content, and then you click under the Mashups menu on VoiceThread. Okay. And I'm going to say step 1, watch welcome message. Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. You can see you can add a description here, but you need to be careful, because if you do breaks or you press enter, that could break the link. So let's say I can say click on the link to watch welcome message. That is fine, but if you do this, that will break the link, okay? So just have that in mind. And that is a bug that we're trying to solve, so, but just so you know.
Now, if you have a big long paragraph, you can insert one paragraph there.
Right.
You just can't have spaces.
Spaces, yeah.
In between, right, line breaks in between the description.
Okay, so where it says grading, I'm going to click yes, because I want this to be a graded assignment. That's how I'm going to require for them to watch the presentation. I'm going to give it, let's say, 15 points. Okay, you can have a due date here. Visible to student, I think that's new. Yeah, okay, and now I'm going to click submit. Let me go ahead and drag this link all the way to the top. Okay, so now what we did, we created a link on Blackboard, but it's still not linked to VoiceThread, so that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to click on that link, and it's going to come up with the VoiceThread setup. So you
can you go back one step?
What was that?
Can you go back one step?
Yes, of course. Let me go student orientation. Where would you like me to start?
Right there.
Okay. So you click on the link that you just created. And you can have this link go to the VoiceThread homepage, where students are going to see the VoiceThread homepage. You can have it go to the course view, which is basically the group and all the voices that you share with that group. Or you can have it go to an individual voice thread, which would work here, but because I want it to be a graded assignment, I'm going to have it go to Assignment Builder. So I'm going to click here.
So any assignment that you want them to be linked to Blackboard Gradebook, you select the Assignment Builder.
Right. And when you create the link, you need to make sure that you click Enable Grading. Yes.
Is that still protected to that group?
What was that?
When you do it through that builder, is it protected to that group so that no one else can get into
Right.
it?
Right. The difference is that you don't need to send a group link now. And I'm going to explain that a little bit later. So now what I want is for students to watch the actual voice thread. I don't want them to create a voice thread. I don't want them to submit a comment. I just want them to watch it. So I'm going to click here. And here you have the list of all of the voice threads that you have created. So you can just select the voice thread, or you can create a new one. And from here, follow the steps of creating a voice thread. So let me see, course overview, Spanish. Now, if you want to add an additional description, you can add it here. Description here. And before you finish creating the assignment, you need to also make sure that the and share with class checkbox, that you check that, because otherwise it won't be shared with the group. And where it says allow students to resubmit assignment, that is up to you if you want students to resubmit an assignment. And I'm going to show you how students view the link in the voice thread, because once they watch it, they really need to submit the assignment that they watch it. Okay, so create assignment.
I see on there that says open in a new tab.
Right.
Is that the default mode, or do you have to tell it to open it in a new tab or window?
You have to tell it to open a new tab. And I would say it is recommended that you do that, and then you tell your students to do that, to open in a new tab. Just because sometimes the controllers are hidden.
Yes.
Students.
Well, my question is, can you make it automatically open in a new window?
We are trying. We're trying. I'm working with Walter to see if we can do that.
So it doesn't currently. You have to tell students.
It doesn't currently, no.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so return to course. Okay, so now this is the link, and this will be the instructor's view. So click on the link. It has the title, the description that you added, and then on the right, you have the list of the students who are enrolled in the class. But those are the ones, the ones that are enrolled in the group, not in the class, because the roster, there are more students, and I'm going to explain why. And then here is where you can grade the students. So once the students submit or watches the presentation and click submit, they're going to appear here, and you're going to be able to give them the grade. Okay, so, and you can also click on the link, and it will come up with the presentation.
Welcome to this event.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to see myself. I'm practicing, but no. Yes.
I teach 2 sessions of the same class.
Uh-huh.
So does that separate the classes, like class 1 and class 2?
It separates
so that I know
the
which
groups.
class they're in, if I've got groups set up.
Yes, yes. So what happens, and let me go back to, maybe this will answer your question, but you let me know if it doesn't. Okay, so let me click here. Okay, so we have 2 systems. We have Blackboard, we have VoiceThread. And this will help you also to troubleshoot, to understand this, right? When you create that link that we just created, a VoiceThread link using the mashups, you are automatically creating a group on VoiceThread. And that group will have the exact name of your Blackboard site. So whatever Walter tells, the name of the site, which you can change, that will be the name of the group. And if you change it on Blackboard, it would change it on VoiceThread. So those 2 sync, right? Now, when the students click on that link that you created for the first time, they are enrolled in the group automatically. So that assignment, when they click on it, they are enrolled. So you saw that on the right, there were students, but I told you that not all my students are in there. That's because they haven't clicked on that link. Once they click on it to complete their assignment, then they're going to be added to the course. Now, if you have 2 sessions, you need to create, the group is going to be created automatically, but you need to have 2 voice representations. You need to make a copy just because then your students are going to be mixed up doing the same presentation. So that's something to have in mind.
Each class and do that link thing within each class.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think I'm understanding what you're asking.
Like when you go into VoiceThread, you need to make a copy of it. So you have 2 copies of the exact same VoiceThread presentation.
Right.
So like for welcome video, you're going to have 2 copies of it. Otherwise, if you just have the 1 copy, students from class A from first section will be able to see comments from students in section 2.
Right.
Right.
And that is if they're commenting. If it's just a lecture, you can use the same one because you're not asking students to comment, right? So it really depends. So you can use that. But if you are going to ask them to comment, then you want to make a copy for each class. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me go back here. And Larissa, did you comment on this presentation?
No, I'm still.
Okay, good. That's fine. Okay, so I'm logged in as a student, and I just want to show you how a student would see this link that I just created. Let me refresh. Okay. So a student clicks on the link, and they see, let me open in a new tab.
Hello class, welcome to this advanced Spanish course. My name is Laura Cole, and I'll be your instructor.
I don't want it. Okay. Okay, so this is how they would see it. They can start watching it, and if they submit assignment, it's going to tell them, no, you need to watch the entire presentation before you submit the assignment. It won't tell me that right now because I already watched the presentation. So I'll be able to submit it.
Yeah, I
Go
can't
ahead.
just watch the first slide and say, okay, I watched it, submit. It says, oh, you haven't watched the full presentation.
Right.
So not only does it make you watch every slide, if the slide is 10 minutes long, I can't skip ahead either. I
Right.
can't just use the scroll bar and.
So
Right.
as long as they're right there, we're good. But if they want to do laundry, then.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much you can control.
You can't control.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah, I think this will allow me to submit it.
A little.
Yeah.
At least.
Right.
That's why I put when I put my questions, I put it in the middle of the presentation so they can't skip to the
Right.
back of it and
Yeah.
answer the question.
Well, that was the first thing I did whenever we were trying it out. I was like, all right, skip, 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 skip. And I go to submit and like,
It doesn't let
I'm
you.
the whole thing.
Okay, so again, I'm going to click on this link again because I submitted the assignment.
How do you get it to open in a new tab? Do you just click on that thing on the
Yeah,
top?
where it
Oh,
says open in a new tab. Did you see where I clicked?
yes, that's a live link. Okay, great.
Yes, that is. Yeah. Okay. So here, Larissa submitted the assignment and Christopher Bowe submitted the assignment too. So because this is just a watch an assignment, it gives them the 100% of the points once they watch it. So you don't need to grade that. But we're going to see once it's another type of assignment where they have to comment, you need to go there, review the comments, and then do the give them the grade.
And one thing too, which is, I guess, confusing when you first look at it, when you grade in VoiceThread, it's on a percentage scale. So remember, this assignment was worth 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't type in 15, because that only gives them 15%.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
But in
let's
grade
say-
book, it'll look like 15.
15 in the grade book, you're going to see.
And
Let me
so
show
let's say
you.
maybe a student submitted it late, you can say 90% of the points. It'll, in the grade book of Blackboard, it'll automatically do that conversion for you.
Gotcha. Okay.
There it is. So you see, it has the 15 points right there. Okay.
I'm a confused student.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, students won't see the grade.
Right. They'll see
Students
grade
won't
in
see the
Blackboard.
100%. They're just going to see the 15 points.
I don't.
No, they're just going to see the 15 in the grade center.
Okay.
They're not going to see the 100. You see the 100, yes.
That's a good
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But it's at 100. Yeah.
Right.
It's not worth 100. I got it.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to week 1, and I'm just going to add a VoiceThread link to like a VoiceThread overview presentation of week 1. So this is not going to be graded. I'm just going to add a link, and I'm going to show you really quick how to do that. It's the same way. You just click on build content, then click on the voice thread. So watch week 1 introduction. And now in here, I don't do enable evaluation. I just click submit. Then click on the link. And then click an individual voice thread. And then I'm going to select the voice thread that I want them to watch. And I'm not gonna make it graded because this is just something that it's good to have, but if they don't watch it, like the introduction of the week, it's not like they're going to not be able to do the work, right? It's just something that we do to make a connection with the students, right? So I'm going to share with class, return to course. And once you click on it, it will be the same thing. And in this case, this is the same way it looks for the students. It just opens like this. Okay, any questions so far? No? Good, okay.
When you just were in there, it's an option to edit. Does that edit the voice thread, or does it just edit the information about the voice thread?
Okay, let me go here to see where.
It was when you first parked it in there.
So go back.
When you select it, I think. Is that what you mean, Melissa? Whenever you select voice thread, there was a.
Oh, okay. I
guess I'm asking, what does it allow you to edit?
I think it's edit the description of the of your link. But let me see real quick. I can do another link and voice thread. Let's test it. Submit. It's a good question. Individual, okay. Where is the edit?
I think you selected it.
Uh-huh.
There.
See, there's an edit.
Okay, this edit. I think it's, edit the presentation. Yeah, edit the voice thread.
Or you can edit, okay, so you can move slides or.
Right, you can edit from there like that.
Awesome. Now, when you move a slide, you might address this later. When you move a slide, does it move the voice with it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, preview, make a copy to share. Oh, look, you can make a copy right there.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Oh, that's nice. Okay. Something I didn't know. I'm learning too. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to create an assignment. And I'm going to ask students to comment, that assignment, describe in a word and all that good stuff that will improve their conversation skills. Okay, so we're going to call it weekly discussion activity. Okay. And here you can add description. Now I'm going to enable evaluation one more time. I'm going to do 25 points. And click submit. Okay, and I'm going to click on it again. Going to select assignment builder. And then what I want students to do is submit a comment. And I have that activity here. It's like guess the word, adivina la palabra.
And I think you covered this, Laura, but also one of the coolest features is if you don't have the voice thread already created, you just select the create the voice thread right there, and you can create it right then and there too. So it's the same as if you logged into usi.voicethread.com.
Right.
But here it's all within Blackboard.
Yeah, and you are doing things within your group, right?
Does that save it to the VoiceThread homepage?
Yes.
If you create it within Blackboard?
Yes.
Okay.
Within this course.
Right.
Yeah.
Add description. So here you can select how many comments are going to be required. Of course, they can do more than the ones you required, but at least that will give you the notification that this needs to be graded, right? Once you do the amount of comments. So here I'm going to say 2 comments. And here you have also the option to moderate comments. So, I mean, I personally would not use it, but if you want to use it before you make them public and you want to see what they're saying and then make it public for the rest of the class, then you can do that. That is an option that you have.
I think if you subscribe to notifications, you get an email every time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that would be a pain. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
again, I don't know what you're doing it for.
Yes.
3 emails was a day.
I don't know if it's like sensitive information, because nursing, if somebody blurs the patient's name or something, you can then control that. So if that's something you want to do, then so allow students to resubmit. I'm not going to do that, and now create assignment.
Comments if they're not appropriate. You don't do that. I'm just asking.
I don't know, but we can test it out. Yeah. Okay. So, Larissa, would you mind adding a comment? Return to course. Okay. So now remember that for this activity, I wanted students to describe a word, and then somebody's going to ask questions regarding that specific description to be able to guess the word that they have. So for that, we're going to use the threaded commenting. So that way each person will be talking to a specific student, right? So the way you turn that on, if you go to VoiceThread, I have the VoiceThread page. For this, you need to go to the actual VoiceThread homepage to turn that feature on. And I'm gonna go to the homepage. Oh, the groups are here. Okay. And, oops, that's not it. Okay. Adivina la palabra. Okay, so you go to edit here on the VoiceThread where you want that feature to be on. And then click on options, playback setting, and then enable threaded commenting. Okay, and then save. Okay, so now if I go back to the home page.
Again, if you want students to comment on other students' comments,
discussion.
right.
Right.
Then you want to select the threaded. But if you just want them to have an open discussion about it, they don't have to comment to specific individuals, then you can just leave that unchecked.
Right, right. So for instance here, let me see, did you comment, Larissa?
I did at the very bottom.
Okay. Okay, so I got Larissa here. This is where I can reply to Larissa. I don't know how you call that symbol. I don't know.
There, so you could get rid of the
We could delete the comment to answer your question too, yes. And here's where I can reply to her, specifically to Larissa, and say, thank you. Can I do text right now?
So that's a private reply to her.
Yes, I can private reply to her. That's something that I was going to mention.
That's not a private reply.
No, this is a threaded, right.
Okay, all right.
Now, if you click on her again and I want to give her feedback and write a private comment, then you use the padlock here.
Okay.
And it says privately reply to Larissa, and that's how you do that. So if I want to, give feedback to the students, then that's how you do that. Not actually going to do it right now. Okay, so any questions so far? No? Okay.
I
Yes.
had a student who left a comment on my presentation slide, she said.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it looked like it posted, but I looked 3 times for her and did not see the post.
Right.
I don't know if she just didn't click save after she did it or what the situation was. There's no way without me, there isn't any way where I can just punch in her name and look and see if she's.
No.
And
No.
I looked 3 times, so I don't think it's there, but I don't know what she did or if there's
And
a way to.
Maybe she need a private reply to another student. Because then.
And sometimes what happens is that they have a weak internet connection and they think they're recording, but they're not really. Because if you lose connection, then you're not recording, because it's recording and sending it right away over the internet to the server.
1 out of 120 students.
Exactly.
That's not bad. But I just,
Right.
is there a way to double check?
But it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah.
I looked 3 times and it's like, And there's no way for her to actually go in after she makes the comment and check to see if it's actually there then, is there?
Yes, she can.
She can do it.
She
not
can do
just
it.
me.
Yes.
She can see the comments as
Yeah,
well.
she will, her bubble thing will appear on the right, so she can see if she actually made the comment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let
Yeah.
her know that.
And something that reminded me that I need to tell you is that if students go to the VoiceThread homepage and they add the comment from there, it won't appear here. The comment will appear, but you won't see it on the right as the people who submitted the assignment. So they need to click on this link here and then and then do their comment, and then, you're going to be able to see them here.
So like an instance, what we used to do VoiceThread before was, the link, but then also embed the video. And what we're noticing with the embedded video, since it's not through the mashup link, whatever students comment on the embedded video isn't showing up within
Right.
the Blackboard.
So if you're going to use the VoiceThread Blackboard integration, do it this way. Don't embed video, because then that's going to get them confused. And then they're going to be posting things and then it's not going to appear.
So if you're going to
Yeah.
do this, always do the link. Don't
Right.
do the videos.
Yeah.
And again, this might be beyond your radar, but
Yeah.
to know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about, then if not, then just ignore it.
Yeah.
Ignore that for a second.
Yeah, basically, if you want it to sync with the Grade Center, students need to click on this link, and students need to submit from Blackboard, not from anywhere else.
Can
Yeah.
I clarify really quick? I want to
Oops, sorry.
what you need to do for this.
Again, I speak too fast. Yes.
What you're describing is for people who have not used it before
Uh-huh.
and they're not comfortable,
Right.
would it not be simpler just to say, just ignore anything in the past and go with the
Yeah.
mashup?
Yeah.
Because,
Mhm.
I mean, to me, it seems like what you're describing is much, much easier.
Yes.
So if you've not used it before,
Yes.
Again.
just go with
Just go with this.
follow the directions. Just
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Because I think this is a major improvement.
Yes.
Because what I'm seeing is that you can actually work in your class within Blackboard.
Right.
And
Uh-huh.
not have to go to the VoiceThread homepage.
Right.
And then you know that the videos that you created for that course
Yes.
are right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you have two sections
Yeah.
of that class, you just make a copy.
Yeah.
Am I getting it?
Uh-huh.
Which is much easier than going
Yes.
to VoiceThread and then try to find it. Life is good.
Right.
Life is good.
Right.
That's what I'm
Yes.
doing right now, I have
Yeah.
120 comments, and then I gotta figure out which class it's in, and, are they
Yeah.
in class 1, or are they in class 2, and blah, blah,
Yeah.
Because they said, when I started this semester, because I came in the summer, they said, that mashup is really not working exactly right now, and I don't want you to start that. So then
Right.
now I'm actually editing each individual and then finding it. It's kind of a pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I mean, it's working, but it's just kind of a pain.
Yeah. So now your life is going to be so much easier. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just seems to be working with one system.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're working together, but I don't have to pay attention to that.
Right. I did wanted to clarify, because you might have students who took a class before and they are used to going directly to VoiceThread to do their things. So that's something to have in mind. You need to specify, hey, no, you need to click on the link and do things from Blackboard if you're using that.
It just takes care of the huge nursing issue of confidentiality.
Yes.
Because if you do feel comfortable that your course is secure
Yes.
to that particular class.
Mhm.
Which students.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
it's way better.
That's good.
So we have some new student instructions for this.
Yes.
Of course, they're doing presentations, and so what you sent me last year won't be.
Yeah, I think I updated the site, but we can send them to you again for students.
VoiceThread
Yeah.
on your distance learning thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure they're using it.
Now, do you do the
Mhm.
link right now? Do you have them join the group by clicking on the link?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now they don't need to do that. If you use this, you don't need to have a link for them to click on and join the group. That step, you don't need.
They just
Does that make sense?
Blackboard.
Dr. Han?
That'll make sense probably after I do it.
Okay. Okay. Because remember when I said that there are two connecting, like whenever you create that link, it creates the group on VoiceThread. Whenever they click on that link, they're enrolled. So you don't have to have a separate link saying, hey, join the VoiceThread group before you start the class. That thing that you don't need to do anymore if you use the integration part.
So if they have to create a VoiceThread,
Uh-huh.
This question.
Yes.
Blackboard voice, so do that for the VoiceThread site?
No, from here, actually, we can.
actually create their own in here.
Yeah, let's do that. So,
So this
create.
is a student? Is this a student? Okay.
No, this is I'm going to create the link first
You're
and
on the
then,
student
yeah,
side. Okay. I mean, the
Create.
instructor side.
a VoiceThread presentation. And
Now,
then,
we'll still leave, Michael, for your class, we'll still leave the old VoiceThread integration whenever we're kind of transitioning over to this.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking it may be more difficult to change it in the middle of it.
no, yeah,
Well, and
it's
also
better
every
to
time you
finish.
add- And if you've been having them join the group and then you add a backup link, then you're essentially creating two separate groups of the same class.
Never mind.
Do that now. I can't do that now.
So starting next semester, that's right,
Yeah.
starting next semester,
That way I have,
Yeah.
I can
we'll
put my
just do
hair
it
on
all
the
this
sword and
week.
go back out the wall.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in the summer, in the fall, you can do it this way.
So
Now,
when you,
if you haven't used VoiceThread at all in your class, then you can do this and it'll work fine.
Right.
But for those that have used VoiceThread already starting,
And don't join the group and all that.
right,
yeah,
right. And well, again,
right.
if you haven't used VoiceThread before, ignore the last 30 seconds.
Okay, so I clicked on create a voice representation, and this is the only step that you need to do to create this link. It's, to write the description of the assignment and then create assignment. Okay, so I'm going to return to course. So I created the create a voice representation link. So now let me go to the student view. Going to refresh this again. Okay, create a voice representation. So from here, students can go and create their presentation. So they can start adding media, comments, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Exactly.
And so
That'd
like,
be great.
for
Mhm.
me, what it shows up here is create a new VoiceThread or all the VoiceThreads I've created. So I can,
Right, they can select the voiceover that they have already created
VoiceThread
as a
if they-
student.
if they mess up and they want to- When they delete that,
I think you need to, let me see. That's a good question.
let me try it.
yeah.
Okay. Submit.
Generally, create or complete their own.
right?
I think we need to allow them to resubmit,
Should be
right?
able to
As
make theirs too.
Right.
as an instructor.
You can't delete some of the
Let me see
students.
that's option.
Oh, and then also
The
the share
creator
with
has
class.
the-
Right.
Because sometimes they start and then
From
they.
the
What?
student voice.
Oh, yes. Yes.
We all do that. Yeah.
So did you submit it?
Not yet.
No.
I didn't share with the class. No.
You didn't share with the class?
Will they share with the class?
Okay. Can you resubmit it?
Oh, that's a good thing. So let me try it.
Okay. That's a good question.
It'll let me resubmit.
Okay, so they can resubmit.
Okay, so they could delete
Yeah.
it and then respec.
Okay, so that's good.
And the one thing from the student side here, if you select one,
Mm-hmm.
they have the option, if this is just a private, maybe you don't want the rest of the class to see it, just something between you and them,
Mm-hmm.
then they don't have to click the
And share with class. That's why it's not selected by default. So if they want to share with class, they need to click there. Yeah. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to show you is that, let's say you want to delete an assignment that you created on VoiceThread, right? You are just developing and you don't want it anymore. Okay, so I'm going to delete it. Delete create a VoiceThread presentation. When you go to the Grade Center, there's another glitch in here. The column's still there. So you need to make sure that you come here and delete that column.
So it doesn't, by default, if you delete the assignment, it doesn't take it out of the grades?
No.
Did the
Not
points
everything's
disappear though?
perfect, I'm sorry.
It's supposed to be.
I'm sorry, we're trying to be perfect.
But what about the points? When you deleted it, did those points go away? So if you forgot to get rid of the column, would that column just say 0? Or would the column say what the number of points were that you had?
What do you mean?
Like, let's
I bet
just say
the
that
points would still be there, that's my guess.
if that voice thread was worth 10 points, and you deleted that VoiceThread, would that column say 10 points?
Yes.
Or would that column say 0?
10 points. Yeah.
So we have to get it out.
And the data of the student will still be there, but obviously you're not going to delete an assignment after your class is going on, right? So students probably did not submit anything. Does that make sense? Yeah.
You could have the VoiceThread, you could put availability, so you could actually hide it even after you send it, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just doing that, that's how you
Hide
can
the
limit,
column.
yeah. It just seems like it should be a keyword by itself.
Right, but it doesn't, yeah. Yeah, they're missing that connection, that step in there.
Yeah, if you just go in and change
Yeah.
it to 0, then hide it.
Okay, let me see. Am I missing anything? Delete assignments, presentation, private comments, grading, student view. And you're clear with the percentage thing on the grading. It's 100% out of the point value. Percentage out of the point value. Okay, so that's all I have really. That's is it Melissa on the?
Yeah.
Do you want to see more about how to edit a VoiceThread?
Just very quickly, how to add a slide or delete a slide,
Okay.
because I seem to screw that up.
Okay. So let me see. So here I'm gonna select this VoiceThread and I click on edit. And if you want to add a slide, you just click on add media. Click on my computer, and then from your computer, select the slide that you want to add. Now, if you have like a PowerPoint presentation, all the slides are going to come over. So you probably want to like make a copy of that PowerPoint with just that slide that you want to import and then import it. Yes.
Is it still better with this version of Voice to use PDF files for charts? Because one of the problems I've found with uploading PowerPoint, if you have charts and figures, that it will distort.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but probably I haven't.
Because there's like.
You know
the
what?
chart with the
Now
symbol.
that you mention it, I think with Leanne Schaefer, some of her PowerPoints were kind of off a little bit. Yeah. So maybe. So the answer is yes, probably. Do a PDF or a screenshot. You can do that as well. Screenshot of that actual figure or chart.
And how would you add, like if you just wanted to add one slide, but like create it rather than add it in from a list of media?
Created from like on VoiceThread?
Yes.
No, you can only import media.
So you'd have to make a single slide,
Yes.
save it to your computer, but
Yes.
you've done that.
And then
you go
import
in and
it.
Pick that particular slide.
Exactly.
And add it to your presentation and move it
Yeah.
around wherever you want it.
Yeah. You're just,
And then how will you, then once you've parked it in VoiceThread, then you can record the audio.
Yeah. Right. So here you can click on comment and then start recording from here.
And you record on
Yeah.
just that particular slide by going to that slide and then recording that, because each slide is a separate presentation.
Yeah. You can record the entire presentation because some people like they just go and they start recording. But I like doing it slide by slide just because I know I'm going to mess it up and I'll have to re-record it.
Right.
Well, if you do slide by slide, you can edit it then, right?
Exactly. If you want to add a new slide in the middle because you found more information, then it's easier to do that if you record slide by slide.
Or if you want to rearrange the slides, your voice recording for that slide will stick with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can rearrange them, and it's a lot easier that way.
Right. Yes, I think it's a lot easier. But some people just get in the mode and they just like recording it like that. So
Yeah.
it's
But
really
it's way easier than Panopto from that standpoint, because editing Panopto is a disaster.
Oh, absolutely. Especially because it's on the browser.
Right.
It's streaming. So yeah, it's really hard to edit Panopto. And the good thing is also, I don't know if you knew this, but if you want to leave the audio of one slide and just replace the picture, you can click in this edit and that pencil and you can replace that image.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah.
Same voice.
And keep the same audio.
Oh, yeah.
So if you made a mistake or something, that's something that you can do.
Or change up the picture.
Right.
What is the line where it says links to? What is that linking to? So you put the
Page.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
Like if you wanted to pull in a web page while you're speaking, is it?
Probably an image.
It's a hyperlink.
Yeah.
Okay, so you could create a link there. Okay,
Yeah.
an actual.
I don't know how well that works. Usually when it's an image, like when we're trying to bring a link, it usually doesn't work. So I don't know. Let me see. So copy image address. Did I click on it? Copy. Oh, there it is. So if I go back to VoiceThread, this controls in here. And then paste it. Okay, so replace. Can I? No. Let me see.
There's safe button. Scroll down.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoops. I don't know what that did. I think that just when you click on the actual slide, it takes you to. Okay, I don't know what to say about this.
Submit that, or how do you save
Let me
that?
see. There's a save button, but this, there you go.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Save. Okay. So if I go, let me go back to home and actually watch it. Okay. Oops, no, here. So I think,
Okay, so the first thing that I want to do to,
I don't know what that link does really. Oh, here. So if they click on this link, oh, there it is. But that, I don't know how useful that is.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Yeah. They're trying. They're trying.
What about if you're in the middle of lecturing and you want to like pull in outside information on that particular slide? Let's say you want to show the students where you got that reference or whatever, and you're trying to pull it into that slide. How do you do?
You could also link to the syllabus, so the syllabus would come up rather than put it back to that.
You know what I mean? If you're lecturing and you're saying, okay, according to blah, 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 and you've got that article or whatever, and you want to pull that into that slide so that students can see that.
You can upload the article, maybe.
But are you thinking like a link where students can click on and it takes them
To that
somewhere else?
or
You cannot do links on VoiceThread other than this way, which is not very intuitive. So
if you had something like that, you probably would just add it into the Blackboard course
yeah,
as a separate item.
right.
So have watch VoiceThread, and then in the VoiceThread station, click below on week 1 to see where I got the reference from, and then that's where you can upload YouTube videos.
Right.
so you wouldn't do that directly on that slide.
Right.
Okay.
So you can activate a link on the slide itself.
That's what
Yes, that's what we did here, but I don't know how intuitive it is because students need to go here on the side. You see where I'm clicking?
No, I mean like within the slide right here on that page.
No.
You can't activate.
No.
Those cannot be activated.
No.
Okay, thank you. That answers my question.
That is just pictures. Everything is converted to an image.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else regarding the editing?
Nope, that's great. Thanks.
Okay. So any other questions? Did you learn something new? Yes? Good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. The last paper that you will have, and you are more than welcome to, we are going to be here for another hour. So if you have specific questions or want us to go over certain things, we have all the computers up here loaded. We have a couple laptops that are charging. So on this last sheet, if you don't have any other questions, you're free to go. So we ask that you fill out this just kind of quick survey form over today's workshop. If you have any specific questions or anything, and Melissa, I'll send this to you. I'm sorry I didn't send this to you ahead of time.
No, that's okay. Thank you very much. This was very helpful.
No problem.
Good.
Yeah, we'll give you a couple minutes, and again, please feel free to stick around, have more coffee, have more tea. There's still muffins and cinnamon rolls out there.
We're nice people. We like having people around.
Welcome to our home.
Yeah.
And we'll also make this recording available online too, and we'll send you the link.
Yeah.
For the first part or this whole presentation.
Right. And we have another session in the afternoon if you know anybody that needs to learn a little bit more about VoiceThread.
I use the same, pretty much the same from semester to semester unless I change it first or whatever. But if I want to copy from like this semester to next semester, and I do that on Blackboard with, importing and exporting and everything, will the voice threads and everything go be copied exactly like they are now into the next course?
Oh, when you make a copy of your course to the next course,
Semester.
you need to,
Would you do that the same way?
the Blackboard links are going to be there, but you still need to link it to the specific VoiceThread. So
So the VoiceThread lectures won't copy into the...
right, this link will be here, but you need to click on it and link it to the specific VoiceThread. You need to do that setup again. And it makes sense. At first I was like, oh, that is so inconvenient. But you're probably going to make a copy of a VoiceThread and link it to a different one because you don't want the comments from your students to be brought over, right? So that's why they do that. It doesn't, they don't bring it over. Yeah.
And that's why the students who click on this link that are in the new class semesters, they'll automatically be enrolled and it just shows up in the grade book. So, so the link will be there. You just have to do that quick connection.
Right.
Click on
Can you show us how to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you show us how to do that? Where does it, when you copy your course over, does it, like especially if you've created one within Blackboard, is it parked on the VoiceThread homepage? Or where would you find it? Like, let's say you copy your course over and you want to add that link. Where do you bring it in from? Is it on your computer?
It's the same as if you would add a new link. So the link will be there like what it is now.
Right.
Just once you click on it, you'll have to select the VoiceThread and do that process again.
Okay, so it'll bring it up. If it was a VoiceThread link before, it will be looking in the VoiceThread file, I guess, is the question.
What was the question?
So if you click on that, let's say you've just copied your course over and you want to put the link in there. You click on that where it says weekly discussion or...
Right. Right.
Click on that.
Yeah. But here it's not going to work because the link is set up already.
I like that. When you click on it to play what you need to do for this activity.
So it'll look exactly like if you created a very new link.
Right.
Okay. And
So
then it will bring up the VoiceThread, your list of VoiceThreads to bring.
Exactly. Where it says VoiceThread setup. So for VoiceThread Home or the course, like it's going to ask you to set it up to, I don't know, to an assignment, whatever you want.
Okay.
But this link is going to be there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So it always does the step 1 out of 2 for you.
Right.
You just have to finish the setup out.
Right. Basically, you need to connect it with VoiceThread.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.